it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. Today's plan with me is for the end of June and beginning of July, and I'm going to be using a kit from my store that by the time this video is posted it's probably already been released, and it is called Listen to the Sea, which was inspired by a quote that I found a long time ago, and I'll get to that page in a second. But as you can see, it is a blue and orange themed kit, and it has a bunch of sea creatures, so an octopus, a little crab, starfish, and some seashells that I all drew myself. So here is base kit A, and then here is page B with the full boxes, and here's the quote that inspired me. It says, "Keep calm and listen to the sea." And I don't know, whenever I was going through anything tough, I really liked being in nature, like going to the beach or in the mountains and just like sitting there for like maybe 30 minutes and just listening to the sounds of nature. And even though it was very not very loud noises, it was very soft noises, it's just kept me calm and cleared my mind a lot. So I really liked this quote when I saw it, and I really wanted to put it in this kit. So here is page C with the other full boxes, and then another quote box that says sun, sand, the sea, and me, and then some more functional stickers and headers, the full box checklists and sidebar stickers, the little appointment labels and some text stickers, and then the bottom washi. This one has some pattern washi instead of date covers because I couldn't really think of a pattern to put on the date covers, and then some more functional stickers on the side. So if you're interested in this kit, it is still in my shop probably, and I will leave a link in the description bar. Okay, so for this plan with me, I'm slowing down the video clips a little bit so that it's easier to watch, so let me know if you think it's any better this time. I already placed down the bottom washi at the bottom of the page, and then I move on to my sidebar. I put the quote box in the thankful thoughts section and the little flag at the top, and then I put a heart banner on top of a to-do header just to cover up the remaining flag that was printed on the page. I put my Instagram and spending habit trackers down, and then I put a label from Sticky Fingers Co. with a book icon to note what book I'm reading that week. Afterwards, I used the exercise header and then the weekly full box to note when I run. Then I moved on to Monday. I started the day with a to-do list, so I put a to-do header at the top, and then I cut up one of the heart checklists and made it into a list for 3 things, and then I wrote my to-do for that day. I had to email someone, so I used the email circle icon and I put it in that empty space in the to-do list. I had to make an important phone call, so I layered on top a phone icon and the arrow sticker, and then I wrote that down and I put a little heart next to it. And then for lunch I had some Chinese food, so I used a meal label from the label sheet and I wrote that down as well. After lunch I needed to work on some open orders, so I put down a full box and I used the turquoise glitter one, and then I layered on top a half box and wrote print and cut. I also used the little laptop sticker that came in the kit since I used the computer a lot when I'm making orders. When I'm printing stickers, I like to catch up on YouTube videos, so I placed down a third box and layered on top a YouTube flag and binge watch sticker from my store. When Brian got home, we watched Jane the Virgin, so I wrote that on a TV label. We also started a load of laundry, so I placed down a Little Things header, a piece of pattern washi, and I layered on top the laundry sticker from the kit. Okay, so scooting on to Tuesday, I placed down a Today header at the top, and then I had to go to the post office to mail my international orders, so I used an envelope label to mark that. And then recently I've been taking the bus to go to the post office since my car needs repairs, and after the bus and post office I usually try to walk home to get some exercise in for the day. I used a walking Kinachi Girl sticker from Kina Prints, and then I just filled up the empty space with a 3-arrow sticker. I cut up one of the full boxes and used it as like a piece of washi to fill up the space, and then I started a to-do list for that day. Like I said, my car needed repairs, so I went to a mechanic shop and I wrote that in a third box and I layered on top a car icon. That evening we met up with our friends from SoCal to get some dinner, so I used the remaining piece of full box and I layered on top a meals label. I also used the little goldfish deco sticker because I wanted to add some more orange to that spot. After dinner and hanging out, we came back home and I wanted to do some filming, so I wrote that and I used a little camera circle icon. Wednesday wasn't very eventful, so I knew I wanted to use a full box that I didn't want to cover up, so I put the one with the little starfish on top, and then I continued filming, so I used one of these skinny labels and I wrote that down. By the way, this brush pen is the Pentel Fude Touch pen, if you're wondering. I put a link to all the pens I'm using in the description section of the video. So anyways, I needed to remember to move my car, so I layered the remember sticker on top of the little skinny flag, and I wrote that down next to a circle dot. I placed down a fork and spoon circle icon, and then off camera I wrote down what we ate for lunch. I was not liking my handwriting, so I just saved it to do later. We usually put on a TV show while we eat, so I put Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on TV while Brian was working, which probably wasn't good because I don't think he got much work done, but it was just an episode, so pretty harmless. Anyways, after he was done working, we went on an evening walk, so I wrote that in a half box, and then the little shoe sticker is from Livy & Co. The rest of the evening I spent mindlessly roaming around the internet, so I put a large laptop sticker from Toffee Bananas, and I moved on to Thursday. So Thursday was not a fun day at all. I put a today hair at the top and then a little flag because I woke up at like 6 in the morning feeling a lot of pain, so I marked that and I had to call the doctor and stop by the pharmacy, so it was a pretty unhappy morning, but I made it through and I'm fine now, don't worry about it. Yeah, so that happened and I just wanted to note it in my planner so that I can look back in the future and know exactly when I started feeling this pain. The retro looking telephone sticker is from Ying X Planner, and then the little medicine bottle is from a closed store. Brian helped me pick up some medicine and then he went to work, so I just spent the rest of the day resting, and I wrote that in a half box and I put a Sleep Kanachi Girl sticker because I woke up really early that morning and I really needed to just rest. After my nap, I wanted to work in bed, so I took my laptop and I worked on my videos. So I wrote that on a label, and then that night Brian got me some soup to make me feel better, which was really nice of him. So I put that on top of the full box with the little blue crab and anchors. Our roommate wanted to watch Moonlight, so we did that, and I wrote that on the movie marquee. I actually didn't do any research before watching the movie. All I knew is that it won the Academy Award for Best Picture, so yeah, I actually really enjoyed the movie. Not that I expected to dislike it, but I really didn't know what it was going into it, but I liked it. I also used a movie night sticker from Samantha May sticks underneath the movie marquee. So moving on to Friday, I was still feeling a little bit uncomfortable, so I took it easy that day. I put a Little Things header on top, and then underneath I wrote that we watched more Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and I used a TV circle icon. I placed down a full box and layered on top the Lazy Day sticker and a Craftylicious Loves Daisy Girl that is sick. That evening, my best friend's new band was having a little mini show, so of course I had to drive down to support her, so I put down a car icon sticker, and then in the half box, I layered on top the BFF Kinachi Girl sticker, and I wrote all the information down, and I don't know, every single time I hear her sing live, I like well up and I start to cry because I'm just so proud of her, and it's taken so much effort from her to put this band together and get where she is now, so I'm so happy and I really wanted to mark that in my planner and remember it forever. The show was in a grassy area with some restaurants nearby, so I stopped by Veggie Grill and got some dinner, and I wrote that on a label. After the show, we visited Brian's parents, so I wrote that down with a little house icon, and then we stopped by Safeway, and I just filled up some empty space with some deco and dot stickers. So now it's time to work on the weekend. I cover up the black headers for Saturday and Sunday with some pattern washi strips, and then I placed down the weekend banner with the orange and white polka dots. We woke up pretty late on Saturday morning, so I wrote that down in a half box, and then we watched Jane the Virgin while eating lunch, so I used another TV label, which also covered up the gray header, and then I also used the spoon and fork circle icon to mark lunch. My camera likes to cut off randomly, and it doesn't tell me or make a noise, so I don't find out until I check, and so I try to check as often as I can, but sometimes I'm just super into planning that I don't realize it. So if you ever see like me writing something and then all of a sudden it stops, it probably because the camera cut me off. So I worked on printing and cutting stickers, and as you can see, I started to write it with my pen and then the camera wasn't recording, so unfortunately you didn't get to see me write print, but I think that's okay, and so I wrote that in the spaces where I didn't have to cover up the really cute octopuses. And then for dinner we grabbed some Hot Pot, so I wrote that down, and I used this fork and spoon doodle sticker from my store, and I also used a Hot Pot sticker from Plans with Finesse. If you've never tried Hot Pot before and you like soup dishes, I highly recommend it. It's served with different kinds of broth and meat and vegetables, and there's just so many different variations of it, so many different types of broths, and I think it's relatively healthy, so it's a great way to get my vegetable intake, and yeah, I eat it so often. So that was our boring Saturday, and then we ended the night tidying our room, so I wrote that in a skinny label. And then Sunday was a little bit more fun. We had to pack some board games because we were driving down to Brian's parents' place to have a barbecue with our friends. So I wrote a little short to-do list to remember to pack and text my mom. I used a skinny label to mark our drive down and to also cover up the gray header. And then we helped set up the barbecue, so I used one of the orange circle dots to mark that. But I also stopped by Starbucks to get some coffee because I was feeling pretty sleepy, and Brian went to Trader Joe's to get some champagne, so I just got myself a little treat. I used the coffee time sticker from the kit. I placed down the star banner, and those are one of my favorite stickers in my kits. And then I took the full box that says sun, sand, the sea, and me, and I wrote above that July 4th barbecue because that's what we were celebrating. But we were also celebrating the fact that our friend got his green card, so it was a great 4th of July for us, and I'm really proud of my friend for going through the process. So the barbecue was super fun. We actually played a bunch of board games, so I wrote that on the little skinny label at the bottom, and I also put an orange flag to just balance out the spread. And I used this board game munchkin sticker that was in a sample sheet, and we played this really fun game called Watson and Holmes, and if you like Sherlock Holmes type games, then you'll really like this. I really like it, and I never win, but I still think that the game is really fun, and I really like the storylines. So those are all the stickers I used to decorate my week, and then I moved back to the sidebar to fill up that empty space with some pattern washi strips, and then I'm also sprinkling a little bit of the deco stickers in the gaps. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you click the like button if you did, and subscribe for more videos. I also wanted to note that I did pick a winner for my Samantha May Sticks giveaway, but then they never emailed me, so I'm just putting another shout out to check that video to see if I chose you as the winner. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked the kit that I drew, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!